Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. But welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast. My name is Matt. I am one of your two hosts. With me, as always, my good buddy, who is itching to get into a movie theater despite being infected by everything under the sun. Or not infected, shall I say. Mysterious Mike Talent.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to go to the movie theater. I figure I'm going to go in the morning like always, and still no one will be there, and I can watch my movie.
Fair enough. Mike, have you gotten out of the house much, or are you still sending your wife to get everything for you, and you have not seen daylight in weeks?
No, I do see daylight quite a bit. I walk the four-legged friend twice a day. So,
well, that's just rude to do to your new child, because he can't even walk on two legs or any legs yet, and you drag him along on all fours. That's horrible, Mike. How dare you?
No. I have another member of the family, and he's known as Dutch, and he's a dog. So I walk him twice a day, every day, and for a long time during this pandemic, that was the funnest part of the day.
So Dutch, as in get to the chopper.
Yes, he was named after the Predator movie, which is it's just called The Predator.
No, I think it was just
confused,
Predator.
Dude. No, I get confused because the new one that just came out, isn't it called The Predator? Or oh gosh, it's so confusing.
Yeah,
Predator.
It's okay. You don't need to watch the new one. It was hot garbage.
Well, some of the Predator like visuals were cool,
Dude,
but no, it was terrible.
Yeah, the special effects were pretty sweet, and like the Predator dogs were pretty cool, but overall the movie was really, really, really horrible.
Yes, it was.
So, Mike, speaking about animals, for episode 175, we are definitely going to suggest no one flock to go watch Artemis Fowl.
Oh man, that you nailed it, dude.
That was pretty terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, dude. That was good, man. That was good. I liked it.
All right, Mike, do your thing, man. Give us the rundown for Disney Plus's straight to streaming, which, yeah, they're lucky coronavirus hit, because this would have really bombed at the theaters. Give us the rundown for Artemis Fowl.
All right. So Artemis Fowl was directed by Kenneth Branagh. Writers were Colin McPherson, Ian Colfer, and Hamish McCall. This is starring Ferdia Shaw, Laura McDonnell, Josh Gad, and Tamira Smart. And Artemis Fowl is a young criminal prodigy, hunts down a secret society of fairies to find his missing father.
Okay, Mike, since we have somewhat of a structure of a non-structure, let's try not to spoil this one, because this is a brand new release. Came out on June 12th. That was, for us recording this week, that was last Friday. Mike, first impressions.
It had the potential to be really good, but they didn't do that thing that you really like. You know, that thing you always talk about, Matt. It's what is it? Story.
Oh yeah. Story. What's that?
It sure did have a budget, though, man. They spent a lot of. I mean, the special effects in this movie were really good. Just didn't. I don't know. Story was an issue to me.
Yeah, what they say, 125 million.
Oh, I don't know, man. I didn't look at the numbers, but yeah, you could tell. I mean, overall it was like well done. Just had no story.
I wonder if they don't have to release how much they spent now, because it was straight to streaming now. I saw it somewhere. Where did I I saw it somewhere
know, man.
that
Yeah, it was probably estimated somewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
they always do.
the estimate was around 125 million. It was something like that. Which that's a whole lot of freaking change for a money for a movie in the first place, let alone a movie that went straight direct to digital. But I mean, you know, Bay Bang I think cost more than that.
Yeah, but it wasn't planned to go straight to digital. This was a casualty of COVID-19.
Well, that's what they say. I think they got lucky by dumping it on Disney Plus. I mean, honestly, dude, my first impressions, this movie was bad. It was real bad. Like okay, well, I won't go there. I'll just say this. The narrator throughout the film, like, that's such a cheap cop out that you have someone explaining everything that you're seeing. Why? That's just, no, show me. You know, the story, I mean, there's potential. There's a lot of potential here. This really could have been something fun and interesting and really cool. I think they tried to do too much in one movie. I think this is a Harry Potter ripoff that really did have potential, but they crammed it all into one movie. If they would have spread it out, developed it, had a story, developed the characters, tell us why these characters matter, why Artemis Fowl is the way he is, why Colin Farrell's, you know, all that stuff. Why is this world exist? All that stuff. I could see it being, I don't know about great, but definitely better than what the hell we were given.
Yeah, my biggest complaint is I didn't care about the two main I didn't care about the main character, which is the Artemis Fowl Jr., and I didn't care about Artemis Fowl Sr. It was because there was nothing, you know, it just kind of started.
Well, here's the other question. Who was the main character? Like, sure, Artemis Fowl Jr. is a main character, but he doesn't have that much more screen time than just about anybody else. Was Josh Gad a main character? Was he a little hardcore police fairy chick that's trying to cut her teeth and work her way up a main character? Was Judi Dench a main character? I mean, like, there's no, like, hardcore main character. I mean, yes, obviously it was Artemis Fowl because that's the name of the film, but Colin Farrell, I mean, honestly, if Colin Farrell spent more than 2 days shooting his role for this film, I would be shocked.
Yeah, I only appreciated the in this movie, I guess the highlight really is the filming locations. I really liked seeing just Ireland and stuff. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I figured you'd probably have a little bit of a sentimental connection, I guess is how you would put it, or a family kind of tie to this more because, you know, that is your country of origin. You have been there. You do like going there. Talk about it all the time. You named your firstborn a very Irish name.
I did. Yeah, Ireland is it's a near and dear place. I enjoyed going there. I hope to go back soon. And then when I was there, it was also freak weather and it was sunny the entire time, which is unheard of.
Well, and, you know, Colin Farrell, I mean, that is one thing. Colin Farrell got to use his natural accent.
Yeah. For like the 10 minutes he's in the movie.
Yeah. And boy, is it thick.
Yeah. So, man, I was hoping this was going to be kind of like a Goonies or a National Treasure kind of like, and it had kind of potential for some of that, like this adventure, you know, kind of Goonies with like kids, maybe even kind of like Spy Kids. Spy Kids wasn't terrible. It was done by Robert Rodriguez. He wanted to make a movie for his kids. You know, like something that's like an adventure with kids, like preteens or whatever, tweens. I don't know. And it just was not the best.
Dude, it's not even mediocre at best. I mean,
I don't know. I like some of the stuff. Like I thought it was okay in some places. It just, nothing was worth writing home about, I guess. Nothing really stood out. I mean, some of the special effects stuff I enjoyed. I thought they did good. I liked some of the shots that they had for some of the open scenery of Ireland and stuff. I mean, that was cool, but
the world building was really good. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually wasn't too bad, but like there was like zero character development for like any character.
Dude, you know what I just realized it's a lot like?
No, don't say it. I think I know which one you're going to say.
You know what I'm going to say. Mortal Engines.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was thinking.
Yep, it's a lot like Mortal Engines. It's a really cool world that has tons of potential, tons of interesting characters that are not developed, that are left by the sideline, that are just done a disservice for, I guess is a good way to put it.
Yeah, and it's hard to know what exactly happened with this movie. Was there a lot more to this movie that got cut on the floor? Was there budget problems? Was there, like, who knows? Apparently it's based off some books that are like beloved, so it's like I don't know what happened here.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, not to keep saying Harry Potter ripoff, but it's kind of like that. It's based on a series of books for kids. My buddy Steve, Real Film Nerds podcast, super fan, Steven Stockmar. There's your shout out. Go Pack Go. His daughter was here the other day. She got trapped trying to get home to Phoenix. And she had read the Artemis Fowl line of books and really enjoyed them and was really looking forward to this film. I would be interested in hearing her take on it after watching it, if she enjoyed it or not, because she knows the story and she knows all the things that are about this film. I know nothing. I went in next to raw, I watched the trailer and that was about it. But I to get to your point, clearly there was stuff left out or cut for time or whatever, because there are lots of scenes and characters. I counted 4 or 5 in the trailer that were not in the movie, period. Like there's like some lady like dressed up in like a white gown ghost looking thing, not in the movie at all.
Yeah. So, I mean, something happened. Who knows exactly what happened? Maybe they're trying to edit it for time. Who knows? There's a lot of pressure on filmmakers to not make movies too long from the theaters because and the studios, because if it runs a long time, you can't show as many showings, and then you won't get as much revenue because a lot of the revenue is in the first, I would say, 4 weeks. Actually, it's probably the first 2 to 3 weeks that it's released. So if you can stack showtimes up, if it's 90 minutes or 2 hours, you can get a lot of showtimes in. But if it's longer than that, then you have to cut like a showtime at most theaters or whatever. So that could be a whole, I don't know. Depends on the size of the theater, but that could be a lot of money. So
something must have happened in the editing, something.
Yeah, maybe when maybe they screened this movie and they got feedback and they're like, it's not well received. Okay, go change everything.
Maybe to your point, it was too long. Maybe it was like 2 hours. But my opinion, I think 2 hours and below is like the perfect time for a movie. When you start getting to the 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes, it starts getting, even if it's a really good movie, it starts getting a little tiresome being trapped in the depends on the theater, but sometimes the shitty little seat now, it's going the other way. They got to get people in there somehow, so you're getting nicer seats. But I think when you start getting too much more over 2 hours for a movie, it better be a damn good movie,
Yeah, and then also, the bathroom stuff, like they give you a 128 ounce gallon of soda, and they're like, all right, drink all this in the movie and don't go to the bathroom.
Right.
And you're like, right, no problem. So or a lot of theaters are serving alcohol now, and most alcohol is a diuretic, so you're just going to go by having a beer or whatever. So yes, so with that, Matt, what are you drinking?
There you go, Mike. I wasn't sure if you were going to get the segue or not. You're the best, Mike. So I am drinking the last of my girlfriend's beers that she bought the other day. She doesn't listen to this, so it's fine. It is the Santan Brewing Company's Hefeweizen Arizona wheat beer. And the Santan Brewing Company is out of Chandler, Arizona. Now, I'm not a big Hefeweizen fan at all. I think they're a little too light for me. But on a hot summer day, I'll drink a good Hefe here and there,
Nice. I like them when it's warm as well.
Yeah, they're just a little bit lighter. They're a little, more chill. They're not as heavy. You could probably down more. I don't know. It's more like a thirst quencher than it is a, drinking beer, I guess. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's more of a let's say session beer or a lawnmower beer.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, you're kicking it on the porch or you're like going out to like fish or something. It's a good fishing kind of beer. Something like that.
Yeah. Fishing beer. Yeah.
All right, Mike. So what do you have in your hand? I noticed it's a bottle.
Yeah. So I think I had this last week too, but it was buy one get one, so I got a bunch of them. This is the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, Matt.
Yeah.
It's a great beer, and when it's buy one get one, man, it's hard to resist.
Tell me about it. I mean, I still have beers in my fridge from beer sales recently, so I've done 3 weeks in a row of Miller High Life.
Yeah. No. Hey. That was actually for the podcast, though, Matt. You were contributing because High Life is featured heavily. Well, it's featured in all of the Back to the Futures. Well, not the. Is it in the third one? I don't think it's in the third one. It's in the first two.
It's not in the Old West part of the third one. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's in the first two for sure. I'd have to watch the third one again real keenly to look for the High Life.
Well,
the champagne.
It would be in the beginning or the end. Maybe Flea has one in his hand while he's driving.
Maybe. Maybe it was 1990. Almost still the 80s. You don't know what's going on yet.
Hey, in the movies, it was supposed to be 1985.
That's true. Oh yeah. So then it's fine.
Yeah,
everything's fine. You can do whatever you want in the 80s.
I mean, there's nothing better than a good old fashioned driving beer.
Yeah. So, Matt, with that...
you want my question because you love my question.
Yeah, why not? Dude, go for it.
Okay. All right, Mike. So how does this Fowl movie, not about a fowl, named Artemis Fowl, relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Well, Matt, thanks for asking. I didn't have to look too hard on this one.
That's what
the
she
director. Nice. Kenneth Branagh was the director of this movie, and he was also a Asgardian distress call in Avengers: Infinity War.
Nice.
Yeah, he was a voice but I'd say it still counts.
I'm not 100% sure you're saying his name right, Mike, but I don't know if I would know how to say it right either. But
I'm sure I'm not.
He's actually a really well-known and respected director who has done several movies, so he did clearly just like a quick little cameo.
Yep. So I just wanted to I was like, oh, sweet. No, that was easy because you always check. He's done, he did 1996 Hamlet, but he was in recently he was in Dunkirk. So I mean he's done a lot of stuff. He's actually in Tenet So Christopher Nolan must be buds.
He did Murder on the Orient Express, the reboot, I guess you would say.
Oh yeah. Well, there's so many people who've done it. I feel like it's almost like a I don't know, like a journeyman thing that you're like, hey, I want to do my version of the Murder on the Orient Express. No, he's done all kinds of stuff. He was in Valkyrie. I mean, he is a well-known actor and director, producer. So
Yeah, so he just knows lots of people. Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, it's all about who we know anyway, man. The whole world.
Clearly, I don't know enough people or the right people. I can't figure out which one it is.
I don't know. I'm not sure, man.
Well, when you figure it out, will you let me know, please? Because I'm tired of this.
Yes.
You're the best, Mike.
I will.
All right, so that means we can now spoil Artemis Fowl. I don't know how much we really need to spoil. I was talking about the narrator earlier. It is specifically Josh Gad, who is a oversized dwarf that eats dirt and shits it out. And he talks like a really bad impersonation of, like, I don't know, Sean Connery.
I don't know, man.
Really gravelly.
That whole thing was like, so that is one of the many storylines where we got nothing. Like, there's a big dwarf or whatever, and you're like, that seems like there should be a little bit more explained about that. And then there's like a little bit about he's repeat offender of stuff.
But he's a big enough character to be in the whole movie. And in the end, when they all like pick him up and he gets rescued and they're all like, okay, well, whatever you want to do, Artemis or whatever. And like, he's one of the gang now. And it's like, but I don't even know if we know his damn name.
They said his name when they first started the interview where he's narrating basically the whole movie. But I forget what his name was. It doesn't matter. It was weird, man. That was weird. I didn't even know Colin Farrell was in this, and you pretty much don't know he's in it. Like, I think Judi Dench had a bigger role than him.
Oh yeah, she definitely did. Yeah, if you get up and go to the bathroom, you'll miss Colin Farrell.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, it overall though, it was okay. I was trying to think about this, watching this from like a young perspective, and if I would like it when I was a little kid, or not little, but like 12-ish, the age of the character, and I thought I might. But it's very lacking in a lot of things. So it was hard for me to know, like if I were to watch this, it's like I almost want to like find a 12-year-old somewhere and just be like, what do you think of this movie? And see if they said like, oh, it's okay, or no, it's not very good. It wasn't very whatever.
Much like I want to find someone that's read the books and see if they get more out of it than I do.
Yeah, like, are they going to be like, oh, I know where that character comes from? It's like, well, that's great because we don't.
Right, exactly. Like, they would know why the giant dwarf guy is so important and why the butler, whose last name is Butler, but don't call him Butler, is really important and badass and all that stuff, and how he came to be that way. Like, they show you, like, he's a badass, like, flat out, no questions asked. We get that. But why is he working for Artemis Fowl if he's such a badass?
Why are his eyes so blue? It's awesome, but geez,
dude, those suckers were piercing.
Yeah, no, I there's just lots of little things. I mean, I guess not little, just big. You gotta really say the "I believe" on this one. Like, I believe everything you showed me. And man, it's getting weirder and weirder.
I don't know, dude. I can't recommend it. I mean, I can't say I was looking forward to seeing this movie, but I didn't think it was going to be like this awful. I mean, it was really bad. I thought it was going to be at least entertaining and fun, and it really wasn't.
I thought it would be. I thought it'd be. I really thought it was going to be down that kind of National Treasure kind of fun, a little bit silly, but for a younger target audience. And no, not at all, man. Like that the National Treasure movie, the first one was really good. The second one's like meh, but the first one was so surprisingly well done. I was like, this is fun. This is like a kind of a Indiana Jonesy kind of adventure movie. This is good.
Yeah, no, that was a good film. And there's rumors that, maybe not rumors, I think they might be like facts now, but that they're going to do a National Treasure TV show.
Yeah, and they might have a National Treasure movie. Actually, Disney Plus is going to do it. Disney made National Treasure, both of them.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if they're going to get John Turteltaub, which is the guy who directed the first one. I don't know if he did the second one. He's done some decent movies. He's also had some that kind of failed, so who knows?
Well, that'll be fun. Hopefully it'll be fun.
Yeah, no, that was what I really liked. It's like the second movie was okay, but the first movie was so much fun. You're like, wow, that was great,
dude. I enjoyed them thoroughly as well.
All right, Matt, I guess should we talk? Well, I guess let's do our ratings and then talk about what we're going to do next week.
Yeah, we probably should do that. You want to go first, or you want me, Mike?
I'll go first.
All right. Let's see if we tie again, or if we're completely different, or if I'm meaner than you. I don't think I am, though.
Dude, you're never that mean.
Dude, that's not true. It's not true.
All right. So I give this one 2 reels out of 5.
Damn it, Mike. I should just change my score just for that reason. Damn it.
I don't know what it is, dude.
It's 2 out of 5.
What is it, Matt?
And I thought I was being generous giving it 2 out of 5.
So I'm giving it a 2 out of 5, at least on my side. Is there was a lot of world building stuff and potential in this movie. And I think if I was 12 years old, I might enjoy this movie. Not 100%, but like I wouldn't have been as disappointed as I am looking at it through my current eyes. So,
okay. All right. I agree. A lot of the world building stuff was fun. The acting was god awful, but I don't want to slam the poor kid. It was his very first movie ever. And so, everyone else was fine. I mean, there was nothing spectacular. Judi Dench, she's always fine. And Colin Farrell, I mean, what little acting he did, but the main character was he was really bad. I'm sorry, he was. And I know it's his first movie, so I'm not going to hold it against him, but it was bad. And I think he maybe part of the pressure of being the main character of a budding new franchise might have gotten to him as well, on top of being his first time in a major blockbuster. But, there's shining moments in it. The special effects, like you were saying, were really good. The CGI is fun. The world inside the world is really cool. How they freeze time is really neat. That's a lot of fun. Some of the characters, like as much as I think the giant, dwarf is kind of a stupid character, I can see his potential being fun because he's always like the outcast because he's bigger than everyone else. But yeah, that's a benefit a lot of the times. So I don't know. There's lots of potential here. That's why I gave it 2.
Okay, cool.
All right, Mike. So, when are you going to get out and go to the movie theaters?
That's a great question, Matt. I am a member of one of those movie clubs, and the one that I am a member of is a brand called Cinemark, and they are working on a phased approach to opening, and I believe they're going to show classics. That's kind of in quotes because I'm not sure what that means. I don't know if that's like a Gone with the Wind or Pulp Fiction like kind of things at first, and then they're I believe they're going to start opening first in their home turf of Texas, and then they're for 1 week, and then they're going to do the next week. They're going to do a third of the theaters, the biggest markets, and then the week after that they're going to do another third, and then the week after that they'll do the final third, leading up to Christopher Nolan's Tenet movie, which was originally supposed to come out, I think, was it July 12th?
Oh, I don't have a calendar in front of me, but yeah, it was like that second weekend in July.
Yeah, second weekend in July. So it was like July 10th is the second Friday.
Yeah, so it probably would have been like the 8th or 9th, something like that, You know how they do that, the Wednesday or Thursday preview or whatever?
Yeah, it probably would have been Thursday, but like the official release date, I don't know. But they pushed it by 2 weeks, so or is it 3 weeks? Did you say it was the 31st?
The 31st, yeah. I believe it's when it's coming
okay.
out. Yeah.
So they pushed the movie, Warner Brothers, who's releasing it. And so I'm sure Cinemark will just show some more old movies. I don't know. I'd like to go see. I don't know when mine would open. It might be towards that July opening. But like I said earlier in the pod, morning movies, no one goes. Go watch a morning movie. I would just love to be in the theater again. All this extra money from not driving or doing any of these things, maybe I'd get like a popcorn and a soda and spend like $85,
Burning a hole in your pocket, huh? I wish I could say that. Jeez.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get a hot dog.
Dude, dollar hot dogs.
Maybe I'll get the $65 hot dog.
No, they're $1 here.
Oh, nice.
Not at Harkins, though. Picture show they're $1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
they're
nice,
small hot
dude.
dogs, but they're well worth $1.
Yeah. That's why you get 10 of them, right?
I get 2.
Oh, okay.
It's a good snack,
Yeah, all right. Well, that's cool. Matt, what's your situation there? What are you thinking, and would you attend? Like, are you willing to attend, or are you, I don't know, you kind of go out a lot for work. I don't know what you would want to do.
I do. I'd go out a lot for work, but I mostly go to houses where no one else is, hopefully most of the time. I try not to go shopping too much because I am what you would say is in the bracket of COVID-19 if I got it where I would probably die. So I try to be smart about it because I have multiple autoimmune diseases. Granted, they are not affecting me currently, but they are in my body and they are in remission and they are with me for the rest of my life. So that's a little scary, but I try not to think about it and I don't, whatever. The thing that bothers me the most, though, is right now how I'm not sure if you've seen it over there, but Arizona is on fire. We have like the highest ratings of COVID like right now. Everything is just exploding here because we opened up 100% and everybody here doesn't give two shits about it anymore. And they're doing whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want. So that's a little scary that it's skyrocketing, but I want to go to the theaters, man. I'll probably go late at night like I usually do when no one else is there here. If I went first thing in the morning here, it would be the opposite. It would be packed.
Yes,
I've done it.
I know your situation is a little different due to the area you live in has a higher population of older folks who by that time they've already had second lunch and are getting ready for the evening the early bird dinner after the movie at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, no, they're just finishing up happy hour when they hit up the 11 or 10 o'clock movie. Yeah. So
nice.
I mean, I want to go to the theaters. I miss having a big screen. I miss having that experience. The 65-inch TV I have, though, helps a lot with my surround sound. I do enjoy that quite a bit. It's nice, but nothing replaces sitting in the theater, man. I'm sorry, it doesn't. I mean, when literally the only thing you can see is the screen, it's magical. I'm sorry, it is.
Yeah, it's a more immersive experience. You can't get up and pause it. it's different. When you pay for it, I don't know. Like, I enjoy, sometimes you can feel the sound, even if you have a really good sound system. Sometimes it's just good to feel that sound.
I wouldn't say mine's really good, but I have surround sound and it's adequate. It's probably not even at the level of yours because you got a Bose system, but it's okay. It's decent. It's all right. I like it. It does the job. But yeah, it's not like going in and sitting down in a Dolby Atmos theater or something like that because that's incredible.
Yeah, my Bose is getting a little long in its tooth. There's Atmos sound bars for personal use at home. I don't know how well it works because I guess it depends on how low your ceiling is because it's trying to bounce the sounds off of it into your ear holes. But I know Sonos just released one. Vizio has a Atmos soundbar. They are not cheap, but that's interesting that they're starting to do that. But of course, with that comes all these requirements, like you've got to have a TV that can support something called eARC, or there's a lot of little specification stuff.
Well, Mike, what if I told you I watched Artemis Fowl in Dolby Atmos?
Dude, I didn't know you had an Atmos sound system. When that happened?
I don't. I wish I did. No, I watched it over at the girlfriend's house with her mother and father on his 85-inch 4K QLED TV, Dolby Atmos, the seats, the couches put exactly where it should be, the proper distance away from the TV and everything. It's about as immersive and as close you can get to a movie theater. It was pretty amazing. Like he loves his Dolby Atmos, man. He loves it. And do you know what product you can watch stuff on in Dolby Atmos? He reminds me every single time.
What product? Like how to
what
do
device?
it?
What device you can use to feed your Dolby Atmos system?
Oh, as far as brands and stuff, I don't know, man.
Apple TV. Apple TV is the only one that he knows of that does Dolby Atmos.
Oh.
So he has an Apple TV, and we watch everything he can in Dolby Atmos on that TV. And that's not like the living room TV. That's his. It's not a theater room. It's his it's like a family room area, but that's set up for watching movies and stuff. It's a thing of beauty. I mean, you would love it.
Oh man! So if he has the Atmos, does he also have a TV that supports the Dolby Vision HDR?
Yep. Well, he has I don't know what brand it is, but it is a 4K OLED not QLED, but OLED.
OLED. Oh, okay, man. So he's probably got one of those LGs that has every spec on the earth.
He has a very, very nice setup. Yeah, he's not hard up for money, I guess is how I want to put it.
Okay. Well, that's neat. So Matt, did it enhance, even though this movie was not the best and what do you say, hot garbage? But did it was it neat to watch it in that
Oh yeah. But I've watched several things. Like when I first started going over there, that was the first thing he did was sat me down and was like, he put on you'll love this. He put on 4K HDR Blu-ray of Terminator 2.
Ooh, that's a great
movie. He put
movie.
on one scene. He loves to do this. He'll put on scenes that are just out of this world kind of stuff. Because he used to be in the movie industry. So he knows. So he puts on Terminator 2. Guess what scene?
I'm trying to think of a really cool action scene in Terminator 2.
It's the chase scene, the motorcycle chase scene with the semi-truck and everything.
Ah, okay. Yep.
He puts that on and we watch the whole thing, Dolby Atmos, 4K, HDR. Yeah. That was my first experience to his setup. It was awesome.
Nice. So does he buy the 4K Blu-ray stuff? That's like, there's a handful, like it's very limited on what you can get in that right now.
No, it's expanding a lot. There's a lot of 4K stuff. I actually have a couple because it was $2 more to get the 4K Blu-ray than it was to get the regular Blu-ray. I'm like, I'll probably get a 4K eventually.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, no, he gets, and I another thing I like, he is a big believer in physical media for the same reasons why I'm a big believer in physical media, because companies, as we've seen, lose licensing. Even if you bought it, they still lose licensing, and then you might not have that product anymore. If you truly want to own it forever, you need the physical media.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, that's cool. It's very cool.
So, anyway, my girlfriend Stacy is not a super fan above me liking movies and liking things that her father likes a lot, but it gets me in on his good side, so that's cool. I think it's cool.
That's cool, man.
All right, so I forgot to bring this up. I wanted to bring this up when you were talking about movies. But Mike, do you want to hear the giant list of movies that have been pushed back thanks to COVID-19?
Not really, but why don't you go for it?
There's a bunch. It's sad. It's sad because even stuff that's not coming out or even close to coming out, like normally, still was pushed back like a year, like some of it.
Yeah, I think the whole Marvel timeline got pushed by a year.
Oh, everything. So, all right, I'll start. I'll try and be quick, but there's a Quiet Place, Antebellum, Antlers, Artemis Fowl, obviously, The Artist's Wife, The Batman. The Batman isn't even slated until coming out until next summer. They pushed it back.
Wow.
Black Widow, obviously we knew about that, but Black Widow, they're hoping to come out this year. Blue Story, I don't know what that is. Bull, Candyman is pushed back to September. It was supposed to come out in the summer.
The Jordan Peele movie.
Right, yeah. Charmed, City Kings, I don't know what that is. The Climb, Deerskin, Doctor Strange was pushed back in a whole year. Dungeons and Dragons, Escape Room 2, The Eternals, another one pushed back an entire year. F9, Fatherhood, First Cow, I don't know what that is. The Flash, Free Guy, The French Dispatch. I don't know what a lot of these are. The Forever Purge. I didn't know we were having another Purge movie. It was supposed to come out next month, and it is pushed back to who knows.
Oh, yeah. They always release around, or they used to always release on the 4th of July, which is kind of ironic because the content of the movies.
Right. This next one really bothers me. Ghostbusters Afterlife. I was looking forward to that. It was going to come out same weekend as Forever Purge, and it's not coming out until March of 2021. Godzilla vs. Kong, Greyhound, In the Heights, Irresistible, Jungle Cruise, King Richard's, Last Night in Soho, The Lovebirds, which, Mike, what are we going to be reviewing next week?
So Matt, we are going to be reviewing this movie called Lovebirds, starring Camille Nanjiani.
There's no M. It's an N.
Not Nanjiani. Dang
there
it.
You go.
And it was originally going to be released to the theaters. I think this month or last month. And,
April 3rd.
April 3rd.
It was originally supposed to come out April 3rd. Then it was slated to debut on Netflix May 22nd.
Yeah, and so it's on Netflix now, and we were thinking it'd be good to watch kind of a comedy, something different. So that's our next movie. Matt, is there anything more you want to?
No, there's a whole bunch more of these movies, man, and it's just like going down the line. It just makes me so sad.
Even like Wonder Woman, the
1984.
Yeah.
The old untitled Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse sequel was pushed back, 7 months. Venom is pushed back a full year. Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm just going over quick ones, but Top Gun, I really was looking forward to that. That looks freaking amazing.
Dude, I can't believe they let him shoot in freaking the actual jets. That's awesome,
dude. Serious. Here's one that'll be near and dear to your heart. The Matrix 4 has been pushed back an entire year. It's not even supposed to come out until May of 2021. It's now coming out April of 2022.
Well, when is John Wick 4 coming? Because they were supposed to come out at the same time.
Oh, interesting. You know what? It's not even on here. Unless I skipped over. No, I don't see it. It's not even on here. That's not a good sign if it's not on here. That means it's pushed back to even farther, probably.
And Bill and Ted Forever or something. What is that one called?
Faces the Music.
Faces the Music, sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. I wonder if that'll end up like straight to streaming on something. Because it's a comedy and it's, this generation really doesn't know who the hell Bill and Ted is, We do.
But they could be reintroduced. This could be a shining moment to bring Bill and Ted back. Wild Stallions.
Wild Stallions. I'm all about that. I liked Bill and Ted. That shit was fun. Still, Keanu Reeves' best role.
Okay.
All right. Well, Mike, needless to say, the point of reading off that list is that the movie industry is hurting bad. Probably nowhere near as bad as the service industry, restaurants, hotels, things like that. But still, don't think about the rich millionaire actors. Think about everyone else. They're the ones that are hurting real bad. And clearly there is no recovery in sight until at least a year or two from now. So it's kind of...
Yeah, no, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough going for anyone who's based in service industries, entertainment type things. Like Matt, your Rage concert delayed by a year. It might even be longer, dude. Like, seriously, who knows?
No one can figure out how the hell they're going to have concerts or baseball games or any of these large events where there's literally thousands and thousands of people. I mean, movie theaters are between 25 and maybe 100 people tops in a theater.
At some of the theaters I worked at, there was 350 seats, but that was before they upgraded things to the reclinies. So there's probably big theaters now. If they're all reclining and it's like the big house, it's probably only like 175 seats, maybe 200. That would be like max. Like that'd be a giant theater because there's reclining, like all the mechanical stuff and electrical hookups just make it a lot like bulkier.
Well, yeah, that and the size of the chairs leaning back too.
Yeah, so it cuts back a lot. So I don't know, but the biggest theaters I think I've ever been in was like 500 seats.
Well, my point was that they can't figure out how to do movie theaters yet. How are they going to figure out how to do literally thousands of people in a venue? I mean, do they cut it in half and add 2 more shows? Is that fair to the artist? Or I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, Mike. So I'll just leave it at that. I don't know,
man. I know. I don't know either, man. It's quite the question. The only, this is very morbid, Matt, but the only benefit out of this might be that Ticketmaster goes out of business, and I would be just loving that. Maybe another business would come in, or Amazon would come in, or maybe the venues would actually have to figure out how to sell tickets on their own, which would be fine.
I don't think that's morbid. I think that's wonderful. The Marquee Theater, typically not all their shows, but the majority of their shows at the Marquee Theater, they sell their own tickets.
Yeah, I mean, there's even, I mean, if you wanted to use like a different platform, but something that's kind of like cut and paste and ready to go, it would be like Eventbrite. They could just set up like an event on Eventbrite, and then I think you can set the rates and all kinds of stuff. Of course, Eventbrite takes a piece, but I think it's very minimal compared to 25% or 30% that Ticketmaster marks up.
That would seriously be the greatest thing if Ticketmaster went under, because they are just awful. Absolutely awful. I hate them so much. I hate Ticketmaster so much. Ugh. Anyways, all right. I'll stop, Mike. We need to let our listeners go so that we can go watch Lovebirds, which hopefully is better than Artemis Fowl. What's this whole thing about us and birds all of a sudden?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's a good question, man. That's a good question. Maybe it's just
the theaters. I mean, I like my fair share of chicken. It's not my favorite meat, but I do enjoy it.
Yeah, dude, and everything tastes like it, so it's good.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, all right, Mike. Go ahead. Do your thing. Tell them about the socials. Tell them to listen to my interview with Lisa Live and Local after the podcast. Tell them where to find us on Facebook and Facebook groups and Twitters and not Snaps and whatever else. And then say thanks, everybody, for listening, and have a good night or day or whatever.
All right. Well, so Matt covered everything, but like you said, thanks everybody for listening, and go watch as many movies as you can.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Good morning, Magic 99.1. Who's this?
Ask and you shall receive.
Matt Hinshaw from the Real Film Nerds podcast. Always listening, huh?
Always.
Well, at least after 8 o'clock anyway, right?
Yeah, I try.
That's fair. I'll take it. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing well. How are you this morning, Lisa?
I'm doing good. Surprisingly well for a Monday morning, actually.
Are Mondays like worse than usual because too many people call in or not enough people call in?
Oh, no, it's all about, having too much fun on the weekend and then being tired on a Monday. That's all it is.
Oh, okay. All right. So we won't say you have a problem. It's just, a regular weekend, right?
A regular Monday morning for Lisa. Yeah, that is it. So did you see something good? I'm not going to say in the theater, but did you see something good on Netflix this weekend?
I don't want to say it was good.
No. Okay.
But I did see something new, and it was on Disney Plus, and it was supposed to come out in the movie theaters.
Okay. And what was it?
It is Artemis Fowl.
Oh, Artemis Fowl. Yes. And you didn't like it, huh?
No, but I also did not read the books, so I didn't know too much going in on it.
Right.
But it was kind of a cheap Harry Potter ripoff that really could have been a lot better.
Okay.
There's not enough character development. The CGI looks dated. The acting is just really bad. And the two biggest names in it, Judi Dench and Colin Farrell, kind of take a back seat through the majority of the film.
Well, that's surprising.
Yeah, it's not a great movie. There's a lot of potential, though. That's what's sad, is the world that clearly the books are based on is very interesting, very cool, a very unique take on fairies and what's in the middle of the earth and things like that. But It was just, they could have done a whole lot better in my book for the film.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Even though they're kids' books, maybe I'll have to sit down and read them because this world is very interesting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Rotten Tomatoes gave it 10%.
Jeez.
Yeah. So IMDb 4 out of 10 and Metacritic 31%. So you're right there with them all.
So the question is, what's my rating then?
Yeah, you tell me. How many reels are you going to give it out of 5?
I give it 2. Because I'm probably too nice.
Yeah, 2. Wow. Well, the audience rating summary on what is this that I'm looking at right now? I guess it's Google. It gave it a 2.1. So you're right there. Everybody's agreeing right there with you.
Yeah, well, that's one thing my co-host and I, unless it's like a movie we've seen before many times over, we really try to stay away from the reviews and things until after we watch it. Now, the trailers, we'll watch the trailers and things. But
and did the trailer entice you?
Opinions. Yeah, well, it wasn't like, it wasn't an incredible trailer, but it was, I was like, oh, well, I remember this. This was supposed to come out in the theaters. Let's go ahead and watch this. I mean, why are they dumping it on Disney Plus? Maybe they're trying to get their money back. Maybe it's really that bad. I think it's a case of both.
Yeah. I was going to say you got your answer to that one. Well, all right. So Artemis Fowl, quite disappointing. What are we looking forward to reviewing next week?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out with my co-host. Spike Lee just dropped a new movie on Netflix called Five Bloods, which is about 4 African-American veterans returned to Vietnam decades after the war to find their squad leader's remains and a stash of buried gold.
Ooh, isn't that a Spike Lee film?
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that does sound interesting to me as well. I vote you check it out.
The other one I'm possibly going back and forth on is The King of Staten Island that was just released by Judd Apatow on Friday.
Yes.
And it was supposed to come out in the theaters also, but it's one of the straight-to-demand ones. It looks funny. I'm really not a big fan of Pete Davidson, but I am a big fan of Judd Apatow's movies.
Right.
So maybe we'll do that one. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
That one looks funny to me, too. Where can we watch that? Do you know?
You have to get it on demand. So
Okay.
any of the different pay services. So like
Yeah.
you can get it from Amazon or Apple or Google or
Okay.
YouTube. One of the ones where you pay to rent.
You know me. I'm going to wait till it comes out on Amazon Prime, Hulu, or Netflix because I'm already paying for those three.
I'm thinking the same thing because that's one of the problems I'm having renting it.
Yeah.
Of forking over $20 for one movie to watch it
Exactly.
once,
Exactly. That's
It's a
how I'm
lot for
feeling.
me.
Well, whatever you decide, I'll look forward to chatting with you next Monday, Matt.
Sounds like a plan, Lisa.
All right, you guys check out his podcast. It's called The Real Film Nerds. And have a great week, Maddie.
You too, Lisa.
Thank
Stay out of
you.
trouble.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.